Hello there, this is Nikolai, the manga boomer.
And I am Kai, the anime zoomer. And this is our podcast, Anime Zoomer.
And manga boomer.
Hello there. In today's episode 26, we will talk about what we will read, or for me, what we will watch in 2025, or even ahead of that, 2026, even more.
Stuff who
So,
has not gotten a release date, but is confirmed to come out.
yes. Plus, we are talking about some changes that we make in our new podcast or in our podcast format.
Yes, that will be the first point that we will do. We are making now, at every last week of a month, an episode where we will recap the month. What we've watched, what was our progress, what we've liked, and some hot takes from shows that are airing this month, or some ratings from shows or episodes that are airing this month, or manga ones that came out. And because of that, with our recommendation segment, where we recommend stuff to ourselves, we will have now a time limit from of 1 month ay, 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 to read or watch whatever the other one recommended us. And hopefully the other person will have finished it or should at least have made some significant progress.
Yes.
So the episodes will be a bit shorter, and in the end of the month, we will get a condensed recap of what happened in the month.
Hmm.
And one last thing before we start with the talk about what will come out. At least I don't need to know about my colleague. I will only talk about stuff briefly from a manga section because I find it kind of anticlimactic when you are buying yourself a new volume one and know half of a plot line in this volume and then have
Hmm.
to wait 3 months for the next physical volume, or even 4 months if you're unlucky, or even 6. Who knows?
Yeah.
So because of that, I only will talk about the premise kinda and why I am buying it, and not and try not to spoil anything for new volume ones.
Yes, same for me. If I know what is gonna happen.
Yes. Then I think we can start with the first thing that we are seeing in the background. Probably the biggest manga release next year for English speaking people. JoJo's
Hmm.
Part 7, Steel Ball Run. It's number 2 or 3 on Mal with a rating above 9 point something.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the best JoJo part, and there are some significant changes happening to the JoJo story because it's kind of a soft reboot for what I know, and the manga changed from a shonen towards a seinen magazine and had a monthly release of chapters, so better art. And the setting
Hmm.
is a western setting with a horse race, basically. So
Yeah.
the anime will look rough because horses in anime, yes.
Yes, one of the biggest anime adaptation for next year, may or for no for this year, sorry.
You can go on with your first show.
Um, my first show will be let's go with a small one, or rather unknown show. Tanya the Evil. I I was very surprised how actually good season one was because I thought the main character looks like a fucking child and then turned into a fucking psychopath, and I like this a lot.
It's an isekai, right? I read volume 1 and found it
Mm.
was okayish, but I did not continue collecting it.
I like the main character because she's such a psychopath.
Which is
Yes.
very well shown in the picture that is in the background.
Mm,
Season 1 is kinda old as well, right?
it is, it is. And I'm happy to get a season two. It's basically a word for two setting.
Yes.
She spawns in the World War II and then gets to command an army. And she's very, how would you say, scrupulous?
She does not know scrutiny.
Yeah.
Should we go on with the next one, or
Yes, you can go on with your
my
next one.
next one is, where is it? Mujina into the Deep. It's a cyberpunk manga by a relatively well-known author in the manga community, Inyo Asano. He is an author that is, let's say, glazed very often. For example, comparatively, like I'm glazing Shinichi Sakamoto. So a lot of people are liking his works, but the problem is that a lot of his works were not for me from the synopsis. It changed with this series because it's a brutal action-packed cyberpunk series with a lot of android stuff, enhanced body shit. It's really brutal. So plus I hear the art style should be the same. Because of that alone, I will definitely try out Volume 1. But I do not know the story or the premise, besides that it's cyberpunk.
Okay.
You can go on.
So for my next one, I will go with um. Harvey.
While you are
Yeah.
thinking, the manga is coming out in February. February
Okay.
18th.
Okay. My
And
next
Steelball Run
one.
is coming out in end of May.
Mm.
Forgot to mention release dates.
So the next one is right next to it, and it's the time I got reincarnated as a slime. Dude, the picture is so small.
Huh? Slime is somewhere. Slime is somewhere else. You mean right beside Tanya?
Okay. Then something is weird, but yeah.
You didn't skip towards my series. You are staying at yours, but we'll go on with
Uh,
at least the little picture fits for the little slime.
true. Yes, I like the slime show a lot. It's a nice isekai. Um,
He's definitely
uh,
one of my favorites.
yeah, it's basically like a chill isekai sometimes, and sometimes like a shonen isekai. It has a really good world building, let's say that for sure. And I'm really hyped for the new season because it will get better.
From the slime fans, I hear a comparison that you should actually really like or understand. It's basically the Sith civilization isekai, the Maya civilization isekai.
Basically, yes. And I'm a Sid Meier's fanboy. I actually bought Sid 7, so yeah. I love the world building strategy games.
Yes. So
You can go on with.
with my next one, I'm going to get the most generous manga of next year out of the system. It's Super Ball Girls. I already talked about it. I'm not going to mention the premise. If you are a degenerate and want to educate yourself, you can read it. What I'm going to say it's from a person who wrote Blue Lock and Jagan, a person who writes truly psychotic characters, and it's from the artist who drew Prison School. So yes, this show will be read for research purposes to educate myself and become a better being. Obviously,
Mhm.
you can go on with your next one.
Okay, I
It
see.
comes out in March.
So let's go with something that's gonna start soon, or maybe it started already when uh we are we are uploading this podcast episode. Solo Leveling Season 2. A
Yes.
big a big hype title for this year is definitely Solo Leveling because Solo Leveling Season 1 um, was well made and a lot of fans started watching it because of Season 1 or reading it, I mean.
Yes. I was cool. I read the manhwa and the novel before the anime came out.
Yes, but I'm only watching the anime and I'm really hyped for season 2 because I hear there's going to happen a lot of shit.
There's going to be I'm not going to spoil much. There's going to be an insane flex in a Minecraft. Let's say it like that. The
Yeah,
series will be really good.
I have seen a scene already animated from fans. He's such a flex though, and I really love this.
Yes.
I actually don't like the overpowered MC
The power
character.
fantasy.
Yeah, but this one is fine for me.
Yes. If you want to read a power fantasy with no plot and just cool flexes, it's probably the best.
Definitely.
But are you finished or?
Yeah, you can go on with
Yes.
yours.
But when we are talking about solo living paved the way for an actually good manhwa. Omniscient reader's viewpoint. An
I
anime is
knew, I
announced.
knew it.
It's a good transition,
Yeah,
but unfortunately there is no date, so release could be in 2026, not this year. But MC gets also overpowered, and if you want to hear me yapping about the show, watch our top 10 video. But we can go on with a big pace. But if the show is getting well animated and well produced, this can be one of the best animes, period. You can go on.
yep. My next one will be another one that's going to air this season, which is Sakamoto Days. And actually, I don't know much about it. I've seen it on my Manga Plus app homepage sometimes, but I decided to not look at it for some reasons I don't know.
I've read 5 volumes of a manga currently, but I'm going to get up to date in the physical version this year. Not next year.
But you talked me into it, so I decided to give it a watch when it comes out.
Yes, because I like the crime genre. A manga has some great action paneling. It's like Daladan, it has some really creative and unique panels for its action.
Oh,
But
is the main character this fat dude with the
yes,
newspaper?
yes, he's basically John Wick, but fat and retired.
Okay.
But the start is kind of a bit slow, but when you watch the season towards its end, then they're going to be fire episodes. Some great animation and action.
I see, okay. So you can go on with yours.
Yes, the next one will be a rather short one. It will be Lily Man. It's a action manga from a German publisher named Egmont, and I'm just buying it because it's this publisher, because it's my favorite publisher. They have a lot of my favorite licenses, and I trust them when they are doing a new license. I just heard that it's an action series like Jagan. It was until this year in my top 10 list, and it has amazing art. I looked at some panel and I confirmed it. Because Egmont has, for example, 3 of my top 10 titles. It had 2 of my best titles from last year of the new releases, with a Fable and a Flower Blooms with Dignity. So, go-to publisher, a great potential. The manga is coming out in April, but it's a German edition, so maybe not that relevant for our English listeners.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. For my next title will be Aharin-san wa Hakarenai. And this title is wholesome romance show about a girl who can't talk because she has a communication disorder, like Komi-san. I think you can see a pattern. I like the one girl from 100 Girlfriends.
Yes, the Kuderes. Shy
Yes,
ones who can talk.
So this is another wholesome romance about a guy who can talk, and yeah, it's about a story to get closer and stuff. Why she can talk. No,
It's
she
a,
can talk. She can talk, but she talks in like 1 decibel.
I mean, very quietly.
Yes, but
It's
still she's a kudere.
it's a second
And
season, right?
yes, and it will be the final season, I think, because I completed the manga a few years ago. And I think it will definitely be the end for the anime.
If you read the manga, it's actually not bad, I suppose, because you are
I
the
had
anime guy.
I had some fun time reading it. It was one of the few mangas that I've read. I remember um that I got into it because I just found it somewhere and I was thinking, maybe I could read this.
I
Oh,
mean,
it was on the way to school.
some of the mangas you find randomly are in the end some of the best things because you're just
Yeah.
choosing them based on gut feeling.
I mean, it's not that good, it's not that bad, but it's comfy and I enjoyed it.
I mean, if you had fun, the manga did its job.
Yeah. Okay, you can go on with the next one.
Yes, the next one is the Bugle Call. It's a kind of fantasy war story about a bard who travels along with the armies and has some adventures. I do not know much about the synopsis or the plot. I just, when I'm googling manga recommendations and watching some videos, I saw at least a few people recommending this, so that's why I'm picking up a manga that is coming out in June. You can go on with your next one.
Next one will be a title who I don't know when it will come out. It's Hell's Paradise Season 2.
Hell's Paradise has a date.
Has it?
Yes, January winter 2056. I think it was
Oh, okay.
January.
Okay. But I have the mangas here, not every volume that it's out, because
Yes.
I somehow stopped collecting it. I don't know. I think I was busy with other stuff. Um, yeah. I read through season 1 and some a little bit further, but I really liked the story, and Mappa did an awesome job animating it, and I'm really hyped for season 2 when it will come
Yes.
out.
I know how you got the first volume to remember.
Um, you recommended it, right?
I gifted it to you to for your birthday some years ago.
Really?
Yes, I bought you volume one while we were in Frankfurt shopping.
Yeah, true, true. I remember.
But I'm also maybe I'm going to watch season two or reading the manga this or next year. At least in one way I'm consuming the manga or the anime because it's good. My next one is going to be Firefly Wedding. It's just like Yakuza Fiance from synopsis. We have a girl or a woman who marries a total psychopath. He's a murderer and assassin. And maybe she can fix him, maybe not. I'm going to learn it in this month actually because it's coming out in January. If a manga is delivered in time, sometimes that's hard because they are getting rather quick out of stock and I'm not high on the priority list for English manga because I'm not living in an English speaking country. You can go on with your next one.
One has also fire in the title.
Good transition.
Yeah, it's Fire Force season 3. And it will be the last season, I think, from what I've heard, right?
Yes, I fear the same.
Um, yes, I'm really hyped to see the end of the story from Fire Force. Because
There's
Fire
going to
Force,
be two insane fights. Really, really insane.
yeah, Fire Force was really insane throughout the whole story.
But there's also one thing that, let's say it like this, I did not like it. I'm not going to tell you when it will happen in the story, but I really dislike one thing about the
You
final
can see
stretch of the
it.
season.
You can see it in the picture
Yeah,
already.
you remembered. I see.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Then
Yeah. For I don't know. I haven't watched it Solita, but I'm going to watch it someday.
uh,
I'm not going.
you should be careful with Soul Eater because, from what I know, Soul Eater has an alternative ending from a manga.
No, okay.
So, I mean, you need to fact check it, but I think that's how it is.
Yeah, and I'm still going to watch it because I'm wanting to see it for a long time.
I mean, if you like Fire Force, maybe you are going to like Soul Eater.
But Fire Force was really good. I don't know what you have against Soul Eater.
I tried to read it twice, and the humor, the art style, the pacing, everything, the story, I was not connecting with it. I gave it two options. Not options. I
So
tried it
I will like
twice.
it. I will like it if you don't like it.
Yes.
If Nikolai doesn't like something, then I will like it, and I don't like it, Nikolai will like it.
Yes.
Something
Because
like this.
anime and manga are subjective still.
Hmm.
Should we go on with the next one, or
Yeah, we can go on.
my next one is Tower Dungeon by Tsuhomi Tsuhomi Nihe is his name. He's a relatively well-known author for sci-fi, but I like him because his series have a certain vibe. He has a lot of architectural designs, and for someone who likes about how should I say it? If you have a dungeon and you have a guy who is known for architecture and conceptualizing the layers of certain spaces and telling stories where people are traveling through, like a dungeon, a spaceship, or something, then it could be a good one. Plus, always wanted to read more from this guy. I just read one series, which was Sims, and I still did not finish it, but I need to finish it this year because it was really great. It was kind of a sci-fi version of Chainsaw Man. Plus, his art style is really awesome. The manga is coming out in July. You can go on with your next one.
My next one will be His Paradise. I got it. Um, ReZero, one of my most hyped titles for 2025. Because season 3 was so good, the starting, and they made a big cliffhanger, and I really want to see how it's going to continue on from now on.
It's the continuation of season 3, right? Not a new season.
Yes, it's the continuation, but still it's going to air this year, so
Yes,
I included it.
it counts.
Yeah, it's basically like a part 2.
Yes, kind of like a second core, basically.
Yeah, so the war continues on with the witches, and I'm really hyped to see how the fight turns out. I know what how it will end. Of course, everyone knows how the story is going to end. But yeah,
Really, because I don't.
I mean, you can basically think of it.
You can think of it, but it's only
The main
headcanon.
character always prevails, but you want to see how the main character prevails. It's what I mean.
Yes, maybe, maybe not.
It's I know something, so yeah.
Should we go
Um,
on, or are you? Do you want anything else?
yeah. It will be one of the most hyped ones that I am going to watch in 2025 because of personal bias.
Plus good production value.
Mm.
And the
Season
show is
three,
written well.
season three looked really good, and I mean really, really good. So yeah, I think it will come out summer. So if you haven't watched ReZero, go watch it. You have time to summer.
Yes, I've watched the first 2 seasons and definitely not regret watching those.
Mm.
So, on to my next one. It is
Yes.
Cosmos. From what I've heard, it's a shonen in a Men in Black settings where aliens are hidden among the Earthlings. And the MC can tell lies and can spot the aliens. So, I think this has potential to be funny and entertaining. So, that's why I'm going to buy at least Volume 1, which is coming out in July. You can go on with the next one.
It's really short, Loy.
Yes. I don't want to
Ah.
get spoiled.
Yeah. The next one is Mushoku, season 3. So, with the ending of season 2, we got to see the death of Rudy's father, but he also got something back from it, a second wife. And yeah, I want to see how the story continues on with the teleportation magic that he helps out the one other person from Japan, and yeah,
Just want to see the half grow.
yeah, basically. No, I think Mushoku is a good isekai, a very good.
Yes, it's the father of most isekais.
Yeah,
Because it was one of the first web novels, I think, where a lot of isekais like SRO, a lot of early isekais like SRO, not stole their ideas from, but got some inspiration.
I'm really hyped for this show.
Yes,
I don't
plus,
know when it will come out. Do you know its date or something?
no,
Ah,
it will
yeah,
come
but
out. And it
yeah,
will be good.
definitely.
Good production value, good music, good
Mm,
story, interesting characters. W show.
definitely.
My next one is a sports manga. Kuroko no Basketball. I watched the
Ah,
anime sometimes ago, and in Germany we are getting this year new manga, the manga edition. So I'm going to read it because I like the anime, but I did not finish it. Plus, I like basketball as a sport. I played it with some friends a few years ago, but the
I
one
was
friend with who I played it has some injury where he can't play now, which is kind of sad.
I played in the club basketball, and I always took the free shotters.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at throwing threes.
I like basketball. It's just a nice spot. You can go take your ball with some friends and just throw and see what
Why,
happens. It's funny.
why don't you take two balls? Are you Okarun?
No, we just have one budget, budgeting reasons. So
Oh, for my next one will be Another one that will air this season, Dr. Steinu.
Dr. Stone is the
Yes.
correct English title. But in Germany we
Yes.
call it Dr. Stein
Yeah.
with this exact accent.
I think it will be the last season of Dr. Stone, which
It
is
is
really
the it
sad.
is the last season.
Yeah, it is really sad because I had so much fun watching this show. I'm really sad about it. I liked Dr. Stone a lot. This is my favorite scientific anime. I like the humor, I like the science. Yeah, everything about it is just really good.
I mean, because of you, I read half of the manga. I had definitely some fun for different reasons than you because of Bolchi. But I heard certain things, so let's see. But don't spoil me.
Uh, where are you at currently?
In the story arc where they're going towards this one island where the people have the
Okay,
petrifying machinery. Just at the moment where the one random big guy who has a weird beard was dropping the petrifying nuke basically and tried to petrify the island. At a
okay.
bad cliffhanger.
Yeah, yeah. But it will definitely be a nice season, so I'm really happy to see it.
On to my next one.
Mm.
It is City Hunter X, which is coming out in April 2025. It's an old school manga from, I think, the 80s. It's about a bounty hunter and a person who takes jobs as a bodyguard, for example. And I'm just buying it because when you see the picture, there's a nice connecting spine. I'm just going to buy Volume 1 because of that. Because it looks nice.
I see, I see.
And I like reading old mangas because they tend to have a different writing style, different humor. So that's why I'm at least buying Volume 1 to see if I like it. I mean, that spine looks really nice. You can go on with your next one.
Okay. Next one will be Demon Slayer rule. Yeah. Demon Slayer. Definitely my most hyped title of this year, next to Dandadan, because the Infinity Castle arc is going to get animated and I'm so hyped for it. Let's go, boys.
Mit.
Will be such a great arc and definitely a sad one.
I heard that it's mit. The ending.
Mm, the ending is mid, yeah, but Infinity Castle arc is not the ending, so
It's
you
not the
can.
ending.
Nope. After that, there's another arc, which is the ending.
Oh boy.
But the Infinity Castle arc will be so great, dude. I mean, the introduction of it was already hype, so you can definitely expect something big in Infinity Castle arc with Ufotable production value
And nothing else.
and the fights which are going to happen will be great too. Overall, really hype, really, really hype, and if it's going to air in the movies theaters, I'm already sitting there in the movie theater waiting for it. That's how hyped I am.
Should I
Yeah.
tell you something? I have
What?
1 week of holiday to take from work because I got declined for 1 week. Because of that, I'm going to look up when the Demon Slayer movies are in Germany, and I'm
Nah,
taking there
nah,
my holidays. Yes,
nah,
yes.
bro. Nah.
I'm just joking.
Wacker.
I'm,
Wacker.
def- I'm definitely not going to watch that thing.
Ah, you have to watch it. It's
No,
peak. Peak.
It's not peak.
It is.
The animation, but nothing else.
Peak, 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 peak.
He's glazing crazy. Should we go on with the next one, or do you want to glaze some more?
We can go on now.
The next one is something that you actually know. It's Spice and Wolf.
Yes.
We are getting, actually, this month in January, a new manga edition. I
Oh.
always wanted to buy the Spice and Wolf manga, but it's old, and because of that, out of print.
Mm.
But we are now getting a new big edition, which has 2 volumes in it. So, definitely going to
Okay.
buy volume 1. I only read volume 1 of normal paperbacks, so yes, I'm definitely excited to read that because it's kind of a classic and unique story because it's a lot about
Mm.
economics and the way people live because of that and yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Definitely not your typical fantasy.
I actually enjoyed it, so it has to be somewhat good.
Yes, we talked about you watched the remake this year, right? You liked
Yeah.
it.
Yes. But I'm still not finished. I don't know. I got something else.
Got sidetracked.
Yeah. Every time. Yeah. But are you finished?
Yes, you can go on.
For my next one, I will go with. Yeah, I got my first type title, so let's go on with the second one. Dun Dun Dun. I think you're not up to date in Dun Dun Dun, right?
No, but I will know what happened in Core 2.
Yes, we will get the Evil Eye arc, which will
Yes.
be a great arc
Yes.
with
I
a
like
lot of shit going on.
I like the art beside the final fight against this worm thing. The fight
Mm,
against the evil eye and the flashback was good, but the fight against the worm was kinda
sick, yeah. I like Momo's IQ. She has a really good battle IQ.
true.
She's not like other characters who win by pure luck. She's smart, actually. Yeah, definitely hyped.
Plus, we know that the adaptation will be good because the adaptation from the first core was stunning.
Definitely. It was so good, and the cliffhanger was so bad, though.
Yes. Luckily,
So,
I did not finish watching it with my colleagues because one of my friends with who I watched that is now in Japan.
uh,
So they did not see the cliffhanger. But they will see him in next weeks, and then I can see their juicy reactions.
mm, diabolical.
Obviously. That's what you have to do when you're a manga reader and watching things with anime only.
Mm,
You're just watching it with your friends to see their reactions and be entertained because of that.
yeah.
You know it.
Mm,
So,
so,
my next one is the last manga, I think, that they have. It's The Climber. It's from Shinichi Sakamoto. That says everything. You know how much I glazed this guy in the last few episodes with DRCL and Innocent. The manga's coming out in April. The offer is reason enough to buy it. Peak incoming. You can continue.
already?
Yes.
Okay.
Peak doesn't need any words. It's just going to be peak because it's Sakamoto. It's
Oh,
goated. It's a
what
manga
didn't
about
I?
mountain climbing.
I think I almost had everything besides one specific thing, right?
You don't have a Reese movie and One Punch Man.
Yeah, I forgot One Punch Man. So let's go on with One Punch Man then.
Yes.
We saved the big one for the end, for the last one for me.
Yes.
Um, One Punch Man. I actually really enjoyed the first season, but after the change of animation studio, it went downhill, and I didn't enjoy it that much anymore.
I think for
But
me it. Sorry, you can continue.
um, but I'm really glad that Mappa will make things better now, I think. And I really hope that they do it better. Because One Punch Man is a great show with some nice comedy aspects, but also some great fights. So you definitely need the good animations there.
For
Yeah,
me,
you
the
can.
people who are saying One Punch Man just got bad because animation are coping. Because One Punch Man isn't made to be a long-running series. It just could
Hmm,
have 1 or 2 seasons, and that's it. Because the comedy gets stale and the main character is not that good. In a long-running story, which is over 30 manga volumes right now, it just gets stale,
definitely.
and it's so hard to include Saitama in the story.
Hmm,
And if Saitama's not in the story, why are you watching One Punch Man? Is You are watching it because of Saitama.
yeah,
That's quite a conundrum.
true.
So season 3 will, yes, the people will get blinded by animations, like certain Ufotable fans are enjoying it, but people who are like story will be skeptical. Let's say it
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, One Punch Man actually has something deeper to it. Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
Yes, but it's already told in the first season and the second.
Yeah.
There's only that much beneath the surface. That's the problem. And the show is too long to
Hmm.
justify its length.
Yeah, but I'm still going to wait for season 3.
Yes. My
Yeah.
next thing is we are getting in Germany a new edition of a manga, Eden. It's an endless world. This could be, in theory, something for you, because you should quite know the setting. Because it's an old manga, there was a kind of a bad scenario where suddenly almost all of the people in the world are getting petrified, and some people did awaken in the future, but did not regress in the Stone Age and still had their technological things, the guns and so on, and fighting for survival in this post-apocalyptic world. So maybe this series could have inspired Dr. Stone, because the scenario that calls the downfall of the world is the same. It's coming out in May, and it's getting the Master Edition, which we call it in Germany. It's a big chungus edition, almost as big as the deluxe editions for the English-speaking people.
I'm going to say you're going to make your last one so we can do Wheezy together.
Yes. I mean, Frieren is pretty simple. It's the season 2 for my favorite anime and for many people's favorite anime. Just look on Mother Anime list. There's not much reasoning to need it. Grand Blue Dreaming, a second season for one of my top 10 titles. Not much reasoning needed as well. And there's a good one, which is the Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity is getting an anime, supposedly this year. I've read the first 4 volumes, and the show has the potential to be my number one romance because it's just that good and wholesome. So maybe if you're watching it when the anime comes out, we will talk about it, and you will have the same opinion as me. This show should definitely be something for you if you are liking straight romance. A romance connoisseur at least need to watch this show. And Witched Atelier is also getting an anime, but I don't think there's a release date. And I think that is it,
What
right?
about Blame? Didn't have Blame, right?
No, this was getting scrapped because it was a manga that I'm buying next year, but it's already an old one.
Okay.
I am done with the stuff that I have.
Yeah. Then let's go on to our together last one.
Yes.
It's the Chainsaw Man Reezy movie. And we really have to fight about getting free this day because we both really want to see this one. For me, it's my favorite Chainsaw Man arc because I like Reezy a lot. He had such a good character. I liked her.
Yes, I liked
Like,
how Fujimoto gave her a good and compelling arc in such a short time. It was only two manga volumes.
mm, but now she gets
Also,
the movie.
the action is obviously great.
Hmm.
And Mappa
I mean,
finally got their shit together and announced a year at least after 3 years of silence for making a movie.
for real. But from what you have seen in the trailer, it looked so good.
Yes, but waiting 3 years still for a movie sucked because we both know that the second season of Chainsaw Man will be at least another 2 years of wait.
Mhm. But yeah, what did I want to say? Um, uh, something about the trailer.
I do have kind of, for you at least, a hot take. I think not this shit, this will be leagues above the Infinity Castle shit. Because this is a whole complete arc, and Infinity Castle are three movies that are one arc.
Yeah, I know
So this
that.
will definitely be the best movie in terms of quality. If you are comparing movie by movie that
Yeah,
will
okay,
come out this year.
then maybe yes. Um, yeah, but in the trailer, you definitely saw great potential to be the best movie of the year.
Yes.
I mean, the scene where Denji got punched throughout the whole skyscraper and then the skyscraper lit up, like where he was going through, was pretty awesome.
Which I find more impressive is the attention to detail in the fight scenes. For
Mm.
example, with a shot when Rize is launching an explosive, when you can see her fingers are kind of shaped like, how is it called? When you
Um,
have uh when you have a dynamite thing, the little thing which you are lighted. You know what I mean, right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know the English term. The Lunte, we call it in Germany. This was a
Um,
really cool detail.
yeah, Mappa took it personally that some people said that season one wasn't something spectacular in animation style wise. So they took it and they took it fucking personal and pulled this shit off.
Yes, the trailer looks stunning.
Yeah, I got really hyped when I saw it.
Before
Yeah.
we go on then with our progress and recommendation for this month, do you have a personal highlight for next year about the stuff that we've talked about? To make a
Uh,
conclusion, sort of. Or multiple highlights, if you have
yeah,
one.
I have definitely multiple highlights. Um, yes, let's start off with what we talked about already right now, the Rizzy movie,
Yes.
because I am a manga reader, so I definitely want to see how it's getting adapted, and I need the refreshment on this arc, because it was a long time ago when I read this.
This was
Then
the
we,
same with me like 2 or 4 years ago. Something
yeah,
like that.
then we have the Demon Slayer movie, because I'm a Demon Slayer fanboy, so definitely a highlight for me. Then we have Dandadan, another highlight, the
Sorry,
Evil Eye arc.
because of that I had something in my throat. I'm terribly sorry.
And last but not least, we have Dr. Stone. Those are the four titles that I'm going to wait for the most, or am either hyped for the most.
Yes. My highlights are going to be probably Eden, because I hear a lot of good things about the story, but the old version is out of print, so I can collect it, and the master format is sick. And JoJo's part 7, because people are hyping it up so much. And where is it? The Climber, because Shinichi Sakamoto is my favorite artist. If you don't have anything else, we can go on towards our recommendations to finish this one.
Yes.
Do you want to talk about your progress, or do you want to give me a new recommendation, or should I talk about my progress?
Um, yes, you definitely know already what's my new recommendation. We watched a
Yes,
few we watched a few episodes.
because we chilled on New Year together.
Yeah,
Not on New Year, on New Year's Eve.
yeah. So we watched some episodes together a few days ago, and yeah, now it's my recommendation for you.
From Girls on Panzer, you should save a show at least.
Yeah, yeah.
It's in your top
Because
10 list.
hmm,
I'm not going to say how I like the show, or if I even like the show. That's saved for end of January.
I think I know already how you will like it.
Maybe, maybe not. Did you make some progress with my recommendations with Wild Strawberry, or are you
Yes,
still
I have
nice?
read some few chapters, some more,
Nice.
and nothing has changed because I think it's still good and I still enjoy it, reading it.
It's
So
solid.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, I think the show will also get a big boost when anime is coming out,
Mm,
because the show is kind of made for an anime because of a plant scenery, like its
yeah,
Paradise, where
yeah.
you have a stunning planty-looking background with luscious green. This will be
Mm.
good. So I'm going to recommend you for this month to watch Windbreaker.
Ah, okay.
It's a cross between the Linked and the Shonen show. And season 2 is
Mm.
coming out sometime this year, right?
Next season.
Ah, actually, I just like the Windbreaker has the things that I like about the Linked or crime genre, the hand-to-hand fights, the martial artist fights, which are based on somewhat real life, but it still has your kind of tropey average characters like Leonardo DiCaprio. You will see who I mean if he says his line in the anime.
Ah, okay.
And I've nearly finished your recommendation, Bokuben We Never Learn, and ah, I cannot understand why you are glazing the show so much. You are
I'm
defending
not
it with
glad.
such vigor when you are talking.
Nah,
Yes, yes, when you are first mentioning the show to me, and I said I don't like character designs, you were defending it with such vigor, such commitment. You can't deny that.
nah, nah,
And you
nah.
recommended to me. Yes, I have proof. This was probably the hardest show thing that you recommend. The show that you defended the hardest. You defended it even harder than Demon Slayer when I'm fronting it. You
Nah,
were defending it hard with
nah, not that
such
hard.
passion. Yes, you were. I have the chats.
Don't leak the chats. No, don't leak.
And I'm not leaking anything. But there were some episodes that were funny. Yes. But more than half of the episodes were awful. I don't like two of the three main heroines, which makes the fan service also bad, because we've learned from Chainsaw Man that you need to see or do it with someone that you like at least to enjoy it. So yes, when I've seen fan service from characters that I don't like, why should I bother? I would give it a 6 at best. But I still have 4 episodes to watch. Maybe it will change.
Ah, okay.
Plus, the MC is probably the most dumbest MC I've seen. Or at least the socially incompetent MC. It
Yes, I
literally made
relate
me
to that.
angry. Because, for example, there was an episode when the Tango was trying to confess to the MC and he thought about it. Oh, you're trying to confess towards your friend, so I'm going to play along with it. And are you dumb?
Yeah, yeah. I
Or
was like
there,
this too.
or there was an episode where the Glass Girl had a restyling where she actually fixed her worst hairstyle and looked like a human being and looked nice. And then she went to the MC and asked, "How do I look? How I am?" And he said, "Oh yes, you're making good progress with your learning. Are you mentally retarded?"
No, she was asking if he noticed something about her, and he said,
I remember. Yes, yes.
and she was
Different
like,
question, same outcome, same retardedness.
yeah,
Like, come on, bro. Are you stupid? Did you got
really.
did your mother hit you too often as a child or your father? Like, why? But
Ah,
I like the side characters. The Tsundere maid girl and the teachers, they are nice. Whenever they are in episodes, they are at least funny. So
yeah.
that's why I'm not completely hating the show.
And actually, every girl has a different ending in the manga, so manga
That's
claps.
that's
Manga claps.
that's actually nice.
Manga
The,
claps, though.
I like when, in especially romance shows, when there are different endings for the main heroines.
And I think anime should also do this, because everyone has their favorites, and so everyone is happy about it.
That
When
would have
everyone,
been nice. If I've read the manga and I've read this one at the end, maybe my rating would not be as bad as it is currently. So,
uh, and also I would like to see that with the Quins, that everyone has a different ending. But no, we just
yes.
got the dumbest one.
Or at least the most simple ending. Let's say it like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. We should have seen everyone winning. Everyone instead of Ichika. She doesn't deserve a good ending. I think we can agree on this, right?
Kinda.
She's a bitch.
Yes, but at least she had a purpose to bring in some conflict in the show.
Yeah.
So her character had at least a purpose.
Still, I don't like her. She's a bitch, though.
Understandable. Then I think that's it for this episode. We both have new recommendations to read.
Hmm.
But there's at least one progress thing I want to talk about because I read it in December. I
Which one?
read Gundam Origins. This was fucking sick. Sick. It was so close to making my top reads of last year.
Ah,
It
okay.
was a brutal war story with great action. It was amazing.
I'm not into mecha that much.
I would give it a 9. It was really, really, really good.
Okay.
I need to get this one out of my system. This also
Yeah.
sparked the goal for me to read a lot more sci fi next year.
So yeah, what will we do next episode?
Do you have thought about something?
Actually, no. I'm
Then,
I'm clueless.
next episode, I'm going to bring forth an idea. We're
Hmm.
doing a challenge episode.
A challenge? Okay.
Yes, in Anime and Manga A to Z. We
Ah,
will
okay.
search out for every letter of the alphabet a show that we would recommend. That's the important part that we would recommend.
Dude, I have only watched 260 anime.
It happens. And in the end, we will see who will solve this challenge better.
Yeah. But you guys will decide at the end who wins, because it's definitely stupid if we rate it ourselves who has the better recommendations.
I mean, if I have more than you,
I mean, I
then
can just scribe something down and just say that I have it.
you need to make a reasoning why you're recommending it. That it works.
Yeah, okay.
You need at least to make a few sentences.
Yeah.
So you should at least have some nice recommendations in the end of next episode. I like to do this episode now because this episode needs some research time, and this week and next week I don't have uni, so I have a bit more time
Yeah.
for a bigger episode like this.
Mhm.
Do you have anything else to add, or are we done?
We are done for this episode.
Nice. Then I hope we will see you again in the next episode.
Yes.
I hope you have fun, and I hope you learned about some series that you're going to read and watch this year, and make 2025 an awesome year.
Yes. I hope you will enjoy some of our recommendations.
Yes.
So if you enjoyed it, let us know. And let's see us in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.